So good morning, everybody. Greetings. This universal worship this morning is being broadcast live all around the world as part of the World Interfaith Harmony Week. And this is our offering. And for the benefit of those who don't know, the universal worship is a ceremony that invites all faiths to worship on the same altar. We read in the scriptures from many of the different religions of the world, and we honor all religions, known and unknown to humanity. Each of the candles that will be lit represent a different religion, and the scriptures that are read represent that particular religion. And the tradition is, the feeling is, that to see all of the religions of the world worshipped on the same altar invites the presence of the messengers, the prophets, those great women and men who experienced the revelation to be present here, not physically, not in form, but in feeling, in vibration. And hence the universal worship. The candle that's lit now represents the candle of light behind all light. So that candle shines through all of the candles. And you notice that's the only candle that's higher than the others. That candle has no name. That candle has no form. The light of that candle shines through the form that's offered by each of these different candles. And the other thing to note is that there's one altar, and all candles are connected on this one altar. And the altar is not completely illuminated until all the candles are lit. The candle in the center represents all the ways that humanity has traveled, seeking after truth, seeking after the knowledge of God. And it also represents all the ways that we will travel in the future. This candle reminds us that we're not finished. The process is really just beginning. So just focus on this candle, if you would. This is the candle that is the light of lights. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the light come into your being. Now open your eyes. See the light come into your eyes, come into your brain, come into your heart, come into your spirit. Now I'm going to step aside and we'll just focus for a moment on that candle and all of the unlit candles. And I'll say the invocation out loud and you please follow silently. Towards the One, the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, the only being, united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the Master, the Spirit of guidance. Now we'll light each of the candles. To the glory of the omnipresent God. We kindle this light symbolically representing the Hindu religion. To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle this light, symbolically representing the Buddhist religion. To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle this light, symbolically representing the Zoroastrian religion. To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle this light, symbolically representing the Native American religions. To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle this light, symbolically representing the religions of the Divine Mother. To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle this light, symbolically representing the religion of Judaism. To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle this light, symbolically representing the Christian religion. To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle this light, symbolically representing the religion of Islam. To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle this light, symbolically representing all those who, whether known or unknown to the world, have held aloft the light of truth amidst the darkness of human ignorance. So the first prayer that we're about to say is the prayer for the all-pervading God, the only being, the God that is the power of love, the power of presence, the power of forgiveness, power of sustenance, and most importantly, the power of being. So I would ask you all to rise and we'll say the prayer together. And as you say the prayer, focus on the lights or focus inwardly on your heart, but focus. Praise be to thee, most supreme God, omnipotent, omnipresent, all-pervading, the only being. Take us in thy parental arms, raise us from the denseness of the earth. Thy beauty do we worship, to thee do we give willing surrender. Most merciful and compassionate God, the idealized Lord of the whole humanity, thee only do we worship, and towards thee alone do we aspire. Open our hearts towards thy beauty, illuminate our souls with divine light. O thou, the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, all-powerful Creator, Sustainer, Judge and Forgiver of our shortcomings, Lord God of the East and of the West, of the worlds above and below, and of the seen and the unseen beings. Pour upon us thy love and thy light. Give sustenance to our bodies, hearts, and souls. Use us for the purpose that thy wisdom chooses, and guide us on the path of thine own goodness. Draw us closer to thee every moment of our lives, until in us be reflected thy grace, thy glory, thy wisdom, thy joy, and thy peace. Amen. So sit, please. Normally, at this point, we really have a choice. We can either sing a chant for each of the different traditions, for each of the different religions, or we can make a brief commentary that connects one to the other, so we experience the whole story. So maybe today we'll do both. Before we chant for the Hindu religion, it's the oldest religion chronologically. We actually don't really know when it began. And it has the memory of these ancient people who had incredibly consciousness expanding experiences. And what came out of that was revelation. So there was a balance in Hinduism between the male and the female. There was a balance in Hinduism between activity and receptivity. And this balance made for a balanced society and a balanced relationship with God. So today we'll just do two words, Om Shanti. Om is the sound of sounds, the sound of all. Shanti literally means peace, but Shanti means all manifestation as it should be. As it should be. So we could just together softly chant Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, from the Vedas, the part of the extensive scriptures of the Hindu religion. Live in complete harmony with nature. Experience the grace of God in the splendor of the universe. Experience the grace of God in the splendor of the universe. Be blessed by God's reassuring love. The sweet dawn will sweeten your soul. The dazzling midday will set your hearts aflutter, and the serene music of your soul will guide you towards peace and prosperity. And when the day's task is over, you will sleep in the lap of Mother Nature, and the deities will be favorable to you. We offer to the omniscient God our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the light of the divine wisdom. Now there emerged out of Hinduism a great world messenger, the Buddha. And the Buddha was one of the few human beings, very, very few, who could live in supreme consciousness and human consciousness simultaneously. I can't explain how he did that, but he did. So, we'll just do these few words, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om, once again, the celestial sound, the cosmic sound, the jewel in the center of the lotus of our hearts. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. And this is the sign that a person follows the right path. What happened is there were a number of Brahmins, and they all said to him, which is the right paths? Aren't all the paths the same? Does it really matter what anybody does? And his answer, being pure wisdom, pure light, was not choose this path or choose that path, but this was his answer. This was his prescription for harmony. And this is the sign that a person follows the right path. Uprightness is their delight. So what gives them joy is doing the right thing. And there are things to be avoided, and they know it, and they avoid them. They train themselves in the ways of true morality. They encompass themselves with holiness in every word and every deed. They sustain their life by the purest means. Good is their conduct. Guarded is the door of their senses. Guarded is the door of their senses. Mindful and possessed of a pure self, they are altogether happy. And that is the right path. We offer to the omniscient God our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the light of the divine compassion. Now, the Zoroastrian religion, you might say, well, we don't even know what the Zoroastrian religion is. Why is it up here? Well, the Zoroastrian religion was and is the religion of the archetypes. It is the religion of purity. And it has placed a form in the heavens, so to speak, that will never disappear. So instead of chanting the words, sometimes we chant the archangels as it was said in the ancient language, but today we'll just do the 5-note scale that was symbolic of this kind of spiritual travel. So just sing with me. It's just 5 notes. Do 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 do. Little louder. Very good. So this side will do the 5-note scale. This side will chant Ahura Mazda. Ahura Mazda, the name of God. Ahura Mazda. It's not the car company. Ready? Do, 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 do. Keep going. Ahura Mazda, 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 Ahura Mazda. Everybody. Ahura Mazda, 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 Ahura Mazda. This is exciting. Can you just stop this?
They're not hearing anything online.
Okay. I just changed the... Did you? Okay. They're hearing more now.
Let us triumph everywhere. Between the heavens and the earth. And let us breathe forth the Asha, truth, in our prayer. Let us triumph everywhere, between the heavens and the earth. And let us breathe forth the Asha in our prayer. If there's no sound online, there certainly is a picture. It's enough. We offer to Thee, omniscient God, our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the light of the divine purity. So it is the tradition in the universal worship to do the native religion of whatever country we are in. The native religion of this country, for those of you who might not know, we're in the U.S. now, in the USA, is the Native American religion or religions of the people who were the original settlers of this land. And the religion of the native peoples was a religion of connection. There was the outer connection with the natural world, which was so necessary for survival. There was the inner connection to the spirit world, which was so necessary for growth and inner harmony. And then there was the absolute subtle connection to the infinite, which came through nature in so many different ways. So the chant we'll do is a really simple chant. just, again, 2 words. So just watch your breath for a moment. Hey, 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 ho, 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 ho. 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 Hey, 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 ho, ho. Now alternate hey and ho. Hey ho, 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 hey ho. All things share the same breath. The beast, the tree, the human being. The air shares its spirit with all the life it supports. We offer to the omniscient God our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the light of the pure nature. So now we move to the religion of the Divine Mother. All religion celebrates 2 principles in its purity, the feminine, the masculine. This connection sometimes gets covered over and lost, and at different periods of human history, one or the other has come forth and the other was hidden. In this era, hopefully we'll see real balance between the masculine and the feminine. So we're going to do a small meditation that everyone can follow. And we begin by breathing in consciously and breathing out consciously. Breathing in, breathing out. As we breathe in, we think, I am. As we breathe out, we think, I give. In, I am. Out, I give. In this way we feel God in the Mother and the Mother in God. The Mother of the world's heart is the reservoir of love for the universe. She transforms love into compassion and compassion into love. She transforms the sadness of human suffering, which is giving birth to God, into the joy of resurrecting God on earth. By becoming the essence of the essence of the essence, one ends up being nothing, absorbed in the singular consciousness of God. We offer to the omniscient God our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the light of the divine love. Now, we come to the three religions of Beni Israel, the three religions that came out of the heart of Abraham, Sarah, and Hagar, Judaism and Christianity and Islam. We begin with the oldest, with the beginning, with Judaism, that long line of prophets, lawgivers and healers, women and men that came to awaken by their presence, by their love. So we'll say together the Shema. Maybe we'll just say the word Shema. Shema is a great word. Shem means the name. Shema means listen, hear. And the sound itself has beautiful, beautiful properties of awakening. So we'll just say the word Shema, gently together. Shema, 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 Shema. Keep going. Shema, Shema, Shema. Behold, Shema, how good and pleasant it is when brothers and sisters dwell in unity. It is like precious oil upon the head, running down upon the chin, upon the beards of the prophets, upon the foreheads of the graced ones, running down on the collar of all of the robes, running down on the front piece of the dress. It is like the dew of Hermon, which falls on the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord has commanded the blessing, and the blessing is life for everyone. Shema, Shema, Shema. We offer to the omniscient God our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the light of the divine covenant. Now we come to the religion of the Christ, the religion of the enlightened one, the religion of the one who recognizes his Father, who is an orphan no more. We still struggle finding out who our parents are. And the great gift, one of the great gifts of this being, was that he knew that he was his Father and his Father was him. So just sit for a moment and feel the presence of a living Christ. Feel the presence of a forgiving Christ. Feel the presence of a self-sacrificing Christ. Feel the presence of a healing Christ. And finally, feel the presence of a loving Christ. For the body does not consist of one member, but of many. If the foot should say, because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body, that would not make it any less a part of the body. And if the ear should say, because I am not an eye, I do not belong to the body, that would not make it any less a part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would be the hearing? If the whole body were an ear, where would be the sense of smell? But as it is, God arranged the organs in the body, each one of them, as he chose. If all were a single organ, where would the body be? As it is, there are many parts, yet one body. We offer to the omniscient God our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the light of the divine self-sacrifice. Now we come to the religion of Islam. This is the religion intended to create unity among its people, helping them to see that there is one being, the only being, and nothing exists but that being, and we all live and move and have our being in that being. And when we realize that oneness, then we naturally care for our sisters and brothers because we see them as ourself. So, let's just chant Allah, Allah, one of the names of God, Allah, and chant it from the heart. Allah, 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 Allah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. To God belong the east and the west. Allah guides whomsoever he will to a straight path, a true path, a path of happiness and joy. Islam does you invite all people to the truth. There is no cause for dissembling or disputing. All people to the truth, there is no cause for dissembling or disputing. We offer to the omniscient God our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the light of the divine unity. Now we'll say a prayer for all of the messengers, all of the prophets, but also for our true teachers, our mother, our father, our friends, our children. So if you rise, we'll say the prayer together. Again, focus on the altar. Most gracious Lord, Master, Messiah, and Savior of humanity, we greet thee with all humility. Thou art the first cause and the last effect, the divine light and the spirit of guidance, Alpha and Omega. Thy light is in all forms, thy love in all beings, in a loving mother, in a kind father, in an innocent child, in a helpful friend, in an inspiring teacher. Allow us to recognize thee in all thy holy names and forms, as Rama, as Krishna, as Shiva, as Buddha. Let us know thee as Abraham, as Solomon, as Zarathustra, as Moses, as Jesus, as Muhammad, and in many other names and forms, known and unknown to the world. We adore thy past. Thy presence deeply enlighteneth our being, and we look for thy blessings in the future. O Messenger, Christ, Nabi, the Rasul of God, thou whose heart constantly reaches upward, thou comest on earth with a message as a dove from above when dharma decayeth, and speakest the word that is put into thy mouth. As the light filleth the crescent moon, let the star of divine light shining in thy heart be reflected in the hearts of thy devotees. May the message of God reach far and wide, illuminating and making the whole of humanity as one single family in the parenthood of God. Amen. The last reading was given by a teacher of unity, Inayat Khan, and one day in the early 1920s, he had the vision of this service. And he saw, after days in seclusion, all religions worshiping on the same altar, all being equal yet unique. The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All that you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain or through storm. Facts are but its shadows. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle in life, truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is Christ. Wisdom's message its rod. The sign of truth is the cross. The soul of truth is God. The life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. The power of truth will endure. Truth shall hold to the last. We offer to the omniscient God our reverence, our homage and our gratitude for the light of the divine truth. Now if you'll rise, we'll say the last prayer. Thou who art the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, the Lord of heaven and earth, open our hearts that we may hear thy voice, which constantly comes from within. Disclose to us thy divine light, which is hidden in our souls, that we may know and understand life better. Most merciful and compassionate God, give us thy great goodness. Teach us thy loving forgiveness. Raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide us. Send us the peace of thy divine Spirit, and unite us all in thy perfect being. Amen. So now, if the Shirags want to come up, we'll bless the congregation. It could be Shirags not dressed in white. I think everybody will forgive you, you know. Shirags are the facilitators of the service. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide with you. May God's presence illuminate now and forevermore. That's the end. Thank you.